我前男友把我白睡了5年，结果他扭头就娶了他亲戚给他介绍的那女的，完了还给了他28.8万的彩礼，他把我当成什么了？
My ex-boyfriend slept with me for 5 years for nothing, and then suddenly turned around and married the woman his relatives introduced to him. He even gave her a bride price of asterisk 288,000 yuan asterisk. What did he take me for? Was I just a fool to him? But wait a second, what do you mean by slept with you for nothing? That sentence sounds a bit off, doesn't it? You're not a commodity. How can you talk about something like this on a live stream, as if you were selling products? What I meant is that my 5 years of youth were wasted. A woman only has so many 5 years in her youth. It's really not easy, I know, but let me tell you something, you can't equate yourself with a product. Marriage and love aren't just about money, you know? You can't keep treating yourself like something that can be traded. You said, I was with him for 5 years and it was all for nothing. But you can't think like that. During those 5 years, you both invested emotions and effort, right? That time, that energy, it wasn't meaningless. He's already married another woman, so what's the point of talking about love anymore? I'm telling you, those 5 years I spent with him were my youth. He compensate me for that. Wait, do you mean you still want money out of this? Of course I want money, naturally. How exactly do you want to get it? Do you expect him to pay you a bride price or give you compensation? Of course compensation. He barely knew that other woman for 3 months, and he still gave her such a huge bride price asterisk 288,000 yuan asterisk. So what, my 5 years with him just count for nothing? But here's the real question. Why did he choose her after only 3 months, instead of choosing you after 5 years? What kind of conditions did you put forward, or what kind of person did you become in those years together? Well, it wasn't just my fault. Obviously, both of us had problems. Right, sure, but if a man can so quickly choose another woman after knowing her for only 3 months, then you have to admit you bear the main responsibility in this.
姐妹们，你们知道现在男人在玩什么吗？第一是鸿门宴，第二是空城计啊。为什么我这么说啊？他们现在集体支持女权。
Do you know what men are playing at these days? The first is the hangmen banquet, and the second is the empty city stratagem. Do you know why I say that? Because now men are collectively pretending to support feminism. They say, sure, go ahead, women's rights. You're amazing. You deserve everything. That's their asterisk. Hangmen banquet, asterisk. They lift you up high on purpose. And what's the asterisk, empty city stratagem asterisk? It's that after they lift you up, they stop buying in. After praising and supporting you, they withdraw completely. These men are playing psychological warfare. You should really observe men carefully. They're practical and intelligent. They've realized that by acting this way, women end up being punished in some way, while men themselves gain real, tangible benefits. So, what are those benefits? Think about it. When a man no longer spends money on a woman, he thinks, if I pay for you, you don't want to marry me, you don't make me happy, and I even feel like I'm being robbed, being taken advantage of. As a man, his greatest strength is that he can make money. He has relatively stronger survival skills than women. Of course, in many cases, some women are stronger than men, but generally speaking, that's the situation. So, men use this advantage. They think, why should I spend my resources, my hard-earned money on women? Then women say, well, if you don't spend on us, you won't have a wife, you won't have sexual companionship, you won't have that kind of relationship. But men think the opposite. They think, that's even better. Why? Because before, when they gave women money, women were cold, distant, or dismissive. So now men think, I'll go for something with a better cost-performance ratio. They say, I'll just go to a asterisk PC. Prostitute center asterisk there. What I pay for matches exactly what I get. It's cheaper, more efficient, less emotional hassle, and she's obedient and pleasant. Then women might argue, but that's unhealthy, that's unsafe. You might get diseases. And what about having descendants? But these men have already thought about solutions. Look at the rich people in Europe and America. They go to Thailand and asterisk rent wives asterisk. Yes, literally rent wives. Those women can give them children, offer companionship, and meet all emotional and physical needs. So you see, these men are now playing 2 tricks. First, they asterisk praise women to death, asterisk. And second, they asterisk use the empty city stratagem asterisk. They withdraw entirely once women start feeling proud and independent. Sisters, we need to wake up. We really need to wake up. We must understand that continuing down this path of extreme feminism will not lead to any good result. We need to reflect, have we, in these past few years, become too aggressive? Have we suppressed men too much, making them want to rebel? We must return to a more balanced relationship between men and women, where both sides can appreciate and cooperate with each other. In the past, people used to say, men and women working together makes the work easier. They admired and complimented each other. But now society has turned into men and women working together makes life exhausting, and instead of admiration, it's all mutual hostility. If this continues, I honestly believe the outcome will be even worse for women. Sisters, after watching my video, please take some time to reflect on this.
最近网上出现了一些针对大龄剩女的歧视性称呼，28岁到32岁，印第安老斑鸠。
Recently, a wave of discriminatory nicknames against older single women has been spreading online. Women aged 28 to 32 are being called Indian old doves. Those aged 32 to 36 are nicknamed Siberian old crabs. Between 36 and 42, they are mockingly labeled as Caucasian old black eagles. For those between 42 and 46, netizens joke that they're 80 years old and still drinking wine. Then at 46 to 50, they're referred to as Somali old hyenas. The comments quickly devolved into laughter and ridicule online. However, women didn't stay silent for long. The counterattack from women came just as fast with their own list of names for older single men. Men aged 28 to 32 are now being called old bachelors. Those aged 32 to 36 are mockingly called African second brothers. From 36 to 42, they're referred to as Indian Aw Sans. Between 42 and 46, they get the title Kenyan falling geese rats. From 46 to 50, they're labeled North American stinky oils. And finally, men over 50 are humorously called South American father and son swamps. The war of words between leftover men and women online continues, showing just how deeply gender stereotypes and social pressure still run in today's society.
你能接受有钱但是没法生育的御姐吗？
Can you accept a wealthy but infertile woman? Imagine this. She works in a high-tech industry, owns 5 luxury apartments, and has an annual income of 4 million yuan. She's a girl born in 1997 with top-tier looks and an amazing figure. She drives a luxury car to and from work every day. But there's one thing: she was born infertile. Because of that, she feels deeply insecure. All she wants is to find a man who won't look down on her for it. She's fine with being child-free, dink, or even adopting a child together. The man could also already have a child from a previous relationship. It doesn't matter to her. What she promises is that she'll treat any child exactly the same as her own, because deep down, she knows she'll never be able to give birth herself. Before we dive into all of this, let us know in the comments where you're watching this video from. Connecting with viewers across the world is a huge source of inspiration for us.
我92年的34岁，还没结婚，可能真的要
I was born in 1992, and now I'm in my early 30s, still unmarried. Maybe I really will end up spending my whole life alone. Today, my family told me again, hurry up and find someone to marry. Don't be so picky anymore. The truth is, I really do want to get married. I really want to have a home, a family of my own. But somehow, it just feels so hard. It's not that I'm being picky, it's that I'm scared. I'm afraid that after finally finding someone, it might turn out that being with them feels even lonelier than being alone. Maybe that saying is true after all. The older you get, the harder it becomes to get married.
她已经是你得到过的女人了，以后就不要纠缠了。
Z, she's already a woman you once had. From now on, stop clinging to her. Don't go chasing after her worthless soul. Let her go wherever she wants, who cares? Broaden your mindset. A breakup is just a breakup. Getting back together? That's for fools. If she says goodbye, then let her go, because the next one will be better, more obedient. Our motto is simple: make the ex-girlfriend regret, make the current one sweat, and make the future one yearn for us. Come on, brother. Keep your head up. Stay strong and move forward.
大家有立过情节吗？说来有点惭愧，我在而立之年立了一下情节。
Has anyone here ever made a vow of love? To be honest, I'm a little embarrassed to admit this, but I made one when I turned 30. It happened at the end of last year. I fell for a guy. At the time, we were talking a lot, getting along really well, and the feelings between us were clearly mutual. We were right at that delicate point, just about to confess our feelings to each other, when suddenly he completely disappeared from my life. There was no warning, no explanation. He just vanished. I messaged him on WeChat, no reply. I called him, he didn't answer. I waited and waited. For more than half a year now, I've been silently hurting inside, because I still don't know why. Until last night when a mutual friend of ours happened to chat with him. My friend asked, "She's such a beautiful and sincere girl, why would you let her go?" And he replied, "I told you before she takes love too seriously." That's when I finally understood the reason. He left me because he thought I took relationships too seriously. I couldn't sleep that night. I kept asking myself, was it my fault? Did I do something wrong? Is being serious about love a mistake? I kept replaying everything in my head. I kept thinking, I kept my promises. I only wanted him to keep his too. How could that be wrong? I couldn't rest, so today I decided to do something to calm myself down. This morning, I went to the cinema and watched a movie called The Painted Skin Lan Ruo Temple. When the film reached its final chapter, The Palace Made Lu, I suddenly felt a moment of enlightenment. In that story, during the first lifetime of the male and female leads, just before they were forced to part ways, the woman said to the man, "Even if I forget you, you must still come and find me." The man promised her that he would. At first, I thought, oh no, he's probably going to break that promise later. Maybe after he gains wealth and power, he'll abandon her. But I was wrong. He didn't. He kept his word. 16 years later, he came back to find her and marry her. Unfortunately, due to a tragic misunderstanding, the woman died. The man, determined to fulfill his promise, fought his way through the underworld to reunite with her. When the woman finally recognized him because of the little bow tied at the back of his hat and realized he was the same man from 16 years ago, they embraced in the afterlife. At that moment, sitting in the dark theater, I cried like a fool. I couldn't hold it back, because in that instant, I realized something deep inside me. I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong for taking love seriously. I wasn't wrong for being true to my feelings. Maybe it's just that I haven't met the right person yet, the one who truly belongs to me. He just hasn't appeared. What I need to do now is focus on myself, keep learning, growing, and becoming a better version of me. Then, when fate decides it's time, he'll come. And if he never comes, if I never meet that right one, then that's fine too, because the person who will accompany me through the rest of my life will be myself. Please don't laugh at me. It's only after watching that movie that I finally understood this truth. A person's sense of security can only come from within. Don't seek it from others, seek it from yourself, because the only person who can truly save you is you. Hi everyone, my name is Deandian. I'm 28 years old, and honestly, it's about time to get married. I live in Chongqing, born in 1997. I have both a car and an apartment, and my monthly income is about 15,000 yuan. What kind of car do you drive? I drive a Range Rover Sport. My family bought it for me. My family runs a business. Would you date a chubby guy? Yes, actually, that's one of my preferences in a partner. If a man only earns 3,000 yuan a month, would you still date him? Yes, I can support him if I really like him. So what if he lives off you? What's wrong with that? Love isn't all about money. I think the companionship and care he gives me are far more valuable than bread or wealth. Those gold digger women in Hangzhou, honestly, they are the biggest enemies of all women. They've completely broken men's hearts, and now so many men out there have totally lost their trust in women. Think about it, these gold diggers don't earn their own money. Instead, they use so-called love as bait to scam money from men. Not only have they ruined their own reputations, but they've also destroyed the trust between men and women in general. And what's even more infuriating is this. They've blocked the path for all decent women. Just imagine because of them, whether it's the top-tier beauties or ordinary girls like us, we all might be dragged down by association. Relationships that could have been genuine and pure are now tainted by suspicion, all because of these people. And the saddest part is, many still don't even realize how deep the damage goes. If you're still watching, comment 1 so I know you're still with me. I'm 36 years old, unmarried, and have no children. All my life, people have told me, men can't be relied on, you can only depend on yourself. Only when you're strong and successful will you be able to marry well and live happily. So I worked hard for 10 years and I was lonely for 10 years. I fought for my career, earning as much as I could. But when I turned 30, I started wanting to get married. That's when I realized there wasn't a single suitable person around me. My family, embarrassed but desperate, pulled every string they could, reaching out through all their connections to help me find someone. But as soon as the men heard that I was already in my 30s, they completely lost interest, not even wanting to meet me. Sometimes, late at night, I'd rather stay in the office working overtime than go home to that empty, quiet apartment that's mine alone. No matter how luxurious it is, it's still cold and lonely. I don't want to die alone, but at this point, I really don't know what to do anymore. Z, the girls here in our Miao village only bathe once a year. Yes, it's true. In our Miao community, unmarried girls can only take 1 bath per year. But when it comes to love, we are deeply loyal. We love only one person in our entire lifetime. So tell me, would you be willing to marry a girl from our Miao village?
我92年的，今年33岁，没结婚。
I was born in 1992. I'm 33 years old now, and still unmarried. Maybe I'll end up being alone for the rest of my life. The men who aren't married now, they wouldn't even consider someone my age. I used to think that as long as I avoided things like car loans, mortgages, and family pressure to have children, my life would be easier and freer than most people's. But now, I just feel more and more lost. Life feels like it has no direction, no hope. I don't even know what the meaning of working hard is anymore. Sure, being single is nice in some ways. You don't have to please anyone. You don't have any pressure or burdens. But when you have a family, even though life is harder and you have to spend money on your wife and kids, at least life feels meaningful. No matter how tired you are, you can still smile through it. Maybe that's what having a family really means. Have you built a family yet? And if you have, are you truly happy? I'm poor, she said. I want to find a rich man to improve my life. What? Stop dreaming, the other person replied. Why would a rich man choose a poor woman? He's not running a charity. Okay, then I'll find a rich man who's ugly. That should be possible, right? Open your eyes and look around. Those rich but ugly men, don't they all marry young and beautiful women? Fine, then I'll find someone poor like me, but at least handsome. Oh, really? A poor but handsome man will definitely look for a woman who's younger and prettier than you, someone on his same level. Why would he choose you? Then I'll work hard for a few years, increase my salary, and once I earn more money, I'll find a man who earns the same as me. By the time your salary goes up, you'll be almost 40. Why would anyone marry you then? You'll be menopausal. What's he supposed to do? Marry you for retirement care? Fine then, I just won't get married at all.
昨天又来一个找给人家睡了，别个烂账的。有些人说实话啊，我是觉得这种问题的话，其实就是你自。
Yesterday, another woman came to me crying. She said she had been taken advantage of by a man she met online. To be honest, I think when things like this happen, the problem often lies with yourself. Really. If you don't protect yourself, if you don't maintain self-respect, you can't just blame others. We're all adults here. How can you not understand that? That night, a lady messaged me privately. She's 43 years old. At first, I thought she wanted me to introduce her to a boyfriend. But instead, she sent me a long message saying that a man had taken advantage of her, and now she wanted to sue him. Hearing that, I realized it might be serious, so I asked her what exactly had happened. She told me that she met this man through the comments section online. They started chatting, and after about a week of talking, their relationship became very close. Video calls, voice calls, everything. It was like they were head over heels for each other, feeling as if they had met too late in life. Then one day, the man asked to meet her in person, and she agreed. She said she had simple intentions. She just wanted to invite him over to her place for a meal. I couldn't help but think, what on earth was she thinking? Who invites a man over to their house for the very first meeting? Anyway, the man came over. She cooked dinner, they ate, drank a little alcohol, and after that, she went to wash the dishes. While she was at the sink, the man came up from behind and suddenly hugged her tightly. She was startled. The dishes were still in the sink when he started hugging and touching her. Things quickly escalated, and eventually they ended up having sex. She said afterward, she started crying in front of him. The man comforted her, saying, "Don't worry, my dear. I'll treat you well. I love you and I'll take responsibility for you." Later, they sat together in the living room, watched some TV, talked, and ended up getting intimate again. They slept together once more. Afterward, the man stayed for a little while, then left. The next day, she messaged him, but his attitude was totally different. He was cold, distant, no warmth at all. Then she asked me, "He said he'd take responsibility for me, so will he?" But by the following day, he had already blocked and deleted her from all contact. She told me she couldn't understand it, that she wanted to report him to the police. Honestly, sister, you're already over 40. What were you thinking? Have you really never seen this kind of man before? Was he that handsome? Or were you just starving for affection? If you didn't want things to go that way, why didn't you fight back when he hugged you? You could have hit him with a broom or pushed him away. If you didn't resist and instead half accepted, half refused, then of course he thought you were willing. That's the harsh truth. Stories like this are no longer rare in China's social trends. According to the latest data from China's National Bureau of Statistics, the percentage of unmarried women over the age of 30 has increased by more than 21% in just 10 years. And the number of single adults in major cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Hangzhou has now exceeded 239 million people. Meanwhile, the national marriage rate has dropped to a record low, only 5 marriages per 1,000 people, the lowest since China began recording population data. These numbers reveal a troubling reality. Men no longer trust women, and women no longer believe in love. As mutual trust and emotional connection fade, both sides fall deeper into a cycle of loneliness and suspicion, one of the most concerning social patterns highlighted by China's social trends. So, what do you think is the real cause changing female values, or have men simply lost the courage to love and take responsibility? Share your opinion in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to support more in-depth stories about China's society and culture. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.